Here's Toro. Here, Toro. Here, Toro. I got the Texans power towel. Only available at certain Texans games. Sneak up on him. Here's for all the times that you hit me. Ah! That was anticlimactic. That wasn't supposed to happen either. But welcome, everybody, to Frontline Football. We give the best sports news, rumors, updates, highlights, predictions. You know the stuff. Hey, our stuff's pretty generic, unlike somebody who we know. Let's see, what's their name again?
TPS.
What's the TPS? Oh, yeah, them. Yeah, we actually give real takes here. So if you're looking for some of that made up company, what's it called? Whatever, company takes, you entered the wrong place. But everybody, as I was saying before, welcome to Frontline Football. Your one place to get all your news, rumors, updates, and highlights, and predictions, which we will be doing today. So let's get started.
Okay, we are starting with the Packers-Niners. We did not do polls today, but we were really busy, so yeah. I'm going to just hand it off to Josh. What's your take?
Okay, Packers-Niners. The real thing is, Kittle's out, Garoppolo's out, most of their team is out. I'm giving this to Aaron Rodgers, clean and soundly. He's been looking really good these last couple weeks, and I feel like Rodgers had a bit of a stumble against Minnesota, but he's going to bounce back this week against the injury-riddled 49ers. Jack, what are your takes on this?
I have to take the Packers here for the main reason that we've seen the two ways to beat the Packers is with a really good defense like the Bucs, or just let Dalvin Cook slowly kill them like the Vikings did. But unfortunately, the Niners' two edge rushers are out. Not to mention the Niners' two starting running backs are out. Not to mention Jimmy G's out, and George Kittle, and Deebo Samuel's injured. So there's a lot of banged up people on the Niners, and honestly, they're in trouble. Injury Bowl champions coming your way. I got to take the Packers big here. I think that them, though they lost all their running backs, got to keep that in mind. Aaron Rodgers will torch the defense. Fantasy players, start all your Packers receivers because the Packers only have two active running backs currently on the roster because of the COVID outbreak. So I'm taking the Packers here. What are your thoughts, Zach?
I'll go with Packers also. Niners, their whole team is basically out. Bosa got out in week 1. Sherman's out. I think week 2 he was out. Kittle's already been injured before, so getting injured again is not good. And Garoppolo got injured, and now he's injured again. So now it's up to Nick Mullen, right?
Yeah, it's Nick
Jack.
Mullins.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I don't think Nick Mullen will get a win here. I feel like he can get a win later in the season, but not now. Okay, so the next game is the Bears-Titans. What are the... What? There's no polls.
No poll.
Jack, what is your take?
This one's tough. Both teams. The Bears played hard against the Saints, who aren't the best team in the league anymore, but they're not a bad team. I gotta take the Titans here, though. Though they did stumble against the Bengals, I think overall they still played. They didn't play great against the Bengals, so I think the Bears will be able to keep it close with the defense, but I just don't trust the Bears anymore. And like I said last week, I refuse to pick the Bears, so I'm gonna take the Titans here. What are your thoughts, Josh?
Okay, so this was a very hard matchup for me to decide because both teams had a loss coming into it, but I just feel better about the Bears than I do about the Titans because the Titans have now lost 2 in a row. They got saved in one game. We won't talk about that, but they've lost twice against the Steelers and the Bengals. That's not looking good. I'm going to give him a third here to Nick Foles and Bears. Okay. Zach, your thoughts?
I have to go with the Bears. The Bears, they... Also, when Jack doesn't pick the Bears, they always win. That's one thing. Number 2 is the Bears. They did mess up 2 times, but the Titans have also messed up. The Titans have messed up twice, and I think the Titans just lost to the Bengals, and the Bengals were the worst team last year. That's not good. They were in conference championship, and now they're in beating the No, not even beating, losing to the Bengals. This team was undefeated too, and now look at this. I say Bears. Okay, so the next matchup is the Broncos. My horrible spelling made it look like Browns versus Falcons. Warrior. What's your pick, Josh? Jeez, I can't speak.
Okay, so my pick here is a very simple philosophy. So with this matchup, with the Falcons and the Broncos, it's simple. Who looks like a better team? I'm saying the Denver Broncos here. Even with a couple of stars out, they still look better than the Falcons, who had a game-losing touchdown against the Detroit Lions, the first ever in its history. So give me the Broncos here. Zach, your thoughts?
I go with Broncos also. Broncos have been not on a hot streak, but they haven't been cold. They have been mediocre at best this season, and the Falcons have been plain awful. I know they have 2 wins, but that doesn't help you against a team that has, I think, more than 2 wins right now, right?
I think they have 3 or 4.
Okay, well, that's fine. But still, the Broncos look a lot better. Drew Lock finally is making his stride because he wasn't looking as good in the other games before he was injured. Now he's starting to make his stride, and I think the Broncos will do just fine against the Falcons. Jack, what about you?
I gotta take the Broncos here as well. I just don't trust the Falcons right now. They beat the Panthers. Teddy Bridgewater was out for a drive or two, which could have changed the choice winner-loss for the Falcons last week. Plus the Broncos, they got a win over the Chargers last week. That's not saying much because the Chargers keep charging things, but Phillip Lindsay is coming back. Melvin Gordon is back. They're starting to integrate that double 1-2 punch in at running back. I think that the rookies, KJ Hamler and Jerry Jeudy, are starting to come into their own as well, along with Noah Fant. And overall, I think this team, they were a young team that needed to get molding, and I think they're about to hit their hot stride here.
Okay, so the next game after that is the Giants versus the football team. Probably should be on Comedy Central, but I'm not going to be saying that. Jack, what's your take about it?
This one's tough here, but I got to give this one to the Giants. They played hard against the Bucs, which is a very similar defense to the football team, solid. Well, I could see a football team win coming out. I think the Giants are starting to slowly improve, and if Daniel Jones doesn't make 2 boneheaded interceptions in the game, they could have beat Tampa in theory. So I think I'm going to take the Giants here. I think they're getting better. Their defensive played underrated. They got Darius Slayton as seeming like a legit deep threat that Daniel Jones just needs to hit. And overall, I'm a little high on the Giants right now, so I'm going to take them here. What are your thoughts, Josh?
Okay, so I'm going to also choose the Giants here because if Daniel Jones wouldn't have had those 2 turnovers, the Giants would have beat the Buccaneers flat out. And if that PI call was actually called, the Giants would have sent it to overtime. And that was PI from looking at it again. So I feel like they were just the better team. Just Daniel Jones, all he needs to do is throw it away next time. Don't try to be the hero. It worked for you like 4th down twice. But don't try to be the hero. If Daniel Jones doesn't try to be the hero here, the Giants will be coming out with a win. Zach?
I'm going to choose the Giants, but the Giants really need to work on their run game. Gosh, that was one of the weirdest things ever. One time the running back went this way, and they went this way, and he didn't do anything. There's so many things wrong with that. Daniel Jones needs to throw away the ball. There's so many things wrong with both of these teams. One of them doesn't even have a name. But I have to go with the Giants. Number 1, because they have a name, and number 2, because they actually have a quarterback that can play. It's just it matters how well he plays. So, yeah. Jack, you said Giants, right? Okay. Then the next game after that is the Lions versus the Vikings. Really interesting matchup here. All right, Josh, what's your take about this game?
Okay, this is really hard because the Lions. Who'd they play last week?
Colts, and they lost horribly.
Lost horribly, but the Vikings won. This is hard because the Lions have had their strides a couple times this year, but the Vikings have also had some wins here and there. But I feel like this matchup is going to go to the Vikings here from how they beat Green Bay last week, which was very surprising. Excuse me. It was very surprising to see them beat Green Bay, and I feel like they're going to keep that momentum going. They trade away Yannick, and they're showing that they didn't even need him, so they're going to keep this momentum going into this week and beat the Lions. Jack, your thoughts?
I think there's a new chef in the house. Now we not only have Chef Russ, but we have Chef Delvin. Let cook. I'm taking the Vikings here. I think their game plan against the Packers was simple and effective. Use Dalvin Cook. So do it again against, in my opinion, a worse run-stopping defense. Plus, we got to take into account Kenny Galladay's out and most likely going to IR. That's Stafford's number one target, and when he's in the game, he's consistently getting solid games. Not to mention the Lions got destroyed by an underrated defense in the Colts, and while I don't think the Vikings defense is anything compared to the Colts, they still have some solid pieces, and I don't think the Lions will be able to pull this out without Galladay. What are your thoughts, Zach?
I also have to go with the Vikings. The Vikings, they didn't destroy the Packers. It was a close game, but Dalvin Cook, ooh, that is a really good thing for them. And also Galladay's out. They still have TJ Hawkinson, which is their tight end for the Lions, but he's not going to be enough to stop. Well, that's not the best. It's a defense. It's not the best and it's not the worst. That's not gonna just. That's not gonna. That's not gonna win them the game. Stafford and Hawkinson and Jeff Okuda won't win them this game. So I'm gonna go with the Vikings. Josh, you went with the Vikings, right?
Yes, I
Josh.
did.
Okay. The next game after that is Panthers Chiefs. Really interesting matchup here. Jack, what are your thoughts?
I gotta take the Chiefs here. They not this isn't saying as much because it was the Jets, but they looked amazing. And personally, the Panthers are coming off a tough loss. I think the Chiefs are the second or best team in the AFC. That's arguable between them and the Steelers. But overall, I like the Chiefs still. I think that Le'Veon's going to get more time, even though he struggled against the Jets. He did catch a couple good passes. Clyde Edwards-Helaire can run the ball. They have all those weapons. And overall, I don't think Carolina's able to keep up with the Chiefs just yet. What are your thoughts, Zach?
I have to go with Chiefs, even though I really don't like Mahomes because people say that he's the best, even though he's throwing passes that shouldn't be thrown as an NFL quarterback, like an underhand throw, no look pass. You should be playing the game, not having fun. You should be having fun out there, but it's a game, it's a job. You need to perfect it, or else, yeah. And yeah, that's the only rant I have. He's playing really well in Andy Reid's system. If he played for like I don't know the Texans, the Jets, the Cardinals, any of our teams, he would be trash. He would be, God, he would be as bad as like not Johnny Manziel bad, but like you guys know what I'm talking about. He would be a bust, like Mitch Trubisky bad. There we go. Okay, so Josh, what are your thoughts?
I think the Chiefs are going to win this. They seem to have the better team here. They had a beat up opponent in the Jets. So this is going to be a win from the Super Bowl champion Chiefs.
Okay, so the next matchup is the Ravens versus the Colts. I'm really interested about this matchup. What are your thoughts, Josh?
I feel like the Ravens here, the Colts had a little bit of a slide. No, wait, they beat up on the Lions last week. What week was I thinking about? Doesn't matter. Well, they've had a bit of a slide this season between being really, really good and losing to Jacksonville. So I feel like the Ravens are going to win here just because of the Colts' inconsistency. Because Lamar Jackson isn't probably going to lose 2 weeks in a row, but even then, the Pittsburgh defense has shown Lamar Jackson's flaws as a quarterback, and also the defensive flaws in that game. So, Jack, your thoughts?
I have to take the Ravens here. One, they actually outgamed the Steelers in rushing yards last week and outplayed them offensively, but they got the win because of their great Steelers defense. Plus, the Ravens defense is one of the best to get turnovers in the league. They're on like some crazy streak. Like they've gotten a turnover in every single game for the last year or something crazy. Not to mention, you're meeting up with the king of turnovers that are crazy, Phillip Rivers. He loves to throw insane interceptions. I see a mismatch there personally. Jonathan Taylor's a bit banged up. We don't know what happened to his ankle, so they're going to lose a bit of production with him at running back. And plus, the Ravens are just the better team, in my opinion. The Colts are a little too inconsistent for me to pick them over a team like the Ravens. What are your thoughts, Zach?
I have to go with the Ravens. Sorry about my voice. I just was in the middle of joking. But yeah, I have to choose the Ravens because Marlon Humphrey is the only thing that's and Roddy who is it? Roddy last name. His last name. Staley. Roddy Staley's out and God, Marlon Humphreys has COVID, so that's not good, but it's the Ravens. Lamar Jackson's doing really well. Their weapons are looking amazing. Running backs looking amazing. Everyone's clicking, but they won't do well in playoffs. That's the thing. So I got Ravens. So the next matchup after that is the Seahawks versus Bills. This is also a really interesting matchup. Bills just need to play better, I think. All right, I'm going to hand this one off to Josh.
Okay, so we're doing Bills versus who?
Bills versus Seahawks.
Bills versus Seahawks?
Yeah.
Is that it? Okay.
Yeah.
So here, I'm going to have to say, who did the Bills play last week?
The Bills played the Patriots.
Okay, the Bills played the Patriots and won that game. Okay, so I'm going to have to give it to the Seahawks here just because of the team that they are. Let Russ cook is obviously the thing going with his MVP votes. So I feel like this week he's going to get back onto his feet and he's going to show everybody why he's going to be probably the MVP of this year. Zach, your thoughts on the game?
I have to go with Russell Wilson and the Seahawks. They even look good in the Cardinals game. Oh, that was a really good game. And who they face this week? Because
they face the Niners.
The Bills.
Oh, they both face. No, not this week, Josh. Last week, but yeah, the Niners are kind of like a bye week, and the Bills also kind of like a bye week because the Patriots play like nothing. But I have to go with the Seahawks. The Seahawks have been playing way better against teams like Cardinals, the Cowboys when they had Dak Prescott, and a bunch of other decent teams, but they just can't figure out a way to beat these guys except Cardinals. So I have to go with the Seahawks. Jack, what about you?
I'm taking the Seahawks here. Personally, I think the Bills are frauds this year. Their record does not tell the story. You scored 0 touchdowns against the New York Jets. For the record, the New York Jets are about to be the worst team in history. That's not a good sign. And also, you lost to the Titans and you lost to the Chiefs. Those are good teams. I'll give you credit there. But I think they're going to lose to the good teams and they're going to beat the bad teams. But you have to score touchdowns against the Jets. Come on. You have to. And it wasn't like they were hurt or anything. But I will give Josh Allen a little bit of the benefit of the doubt. After the Jets, I believe it was the week after the Jets game, he started dealing with a shoulder injury that may slow him down as well. And also, professional chef Russell Wilson, he's going to cook again, and their offense is looking explosive, and I don't think Josh Allen can keep up with them personally.
Jack, did you say the Titans are a good team?
They're still 5-2.
They lost, they lost to the Bengals, though.
That's also
Come on.
true. They're not a bad
So-
team, though.
Yeah. All right. So the next matchup is. Wait, Josh, did you say your take? Yeah, you did. Okay.
Yeah.
The next matchup is Texans Jags. I'm gonna hand this one off to Josh. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are that the shoot, you got a guest here. It's Toro. I'm gonna say the Houston Texans. They beat this team once before. They're gonna beat them again. So give me Texans for the win. Yeah, just Texans. They're gonna win all the way. Jack, what are your thoughts?
Give me them Houston Texans to get their second win here. And for the main reason is who exactly is the Jags QB this week? Minshew is, I think he's out, and I don't know. Okay, I found his name.
Out.
Jake Luton,
Back up.
a guy from the practice squad. How am I supposed to buy into that? Plus, it's still Watson. Though they haven't been off to the best start, it's still Watson. It's still Fuller, thankfully, for the Texans fans. So I have to take the Texans here. I don't trust the Jags. I think they are right next to the Jets in their eternal race for Trevor. What are your thoughts, Zach?
I have to go with the Texans. This is one of the only times I'm actually going to be going for Texans is because the Jags are a worse team. The Texans are still not that good. It's just they're beating up a team that is worse. So, yeah. I have to go with them. The Jags, I think Minshew's out. Alex Mack, Josh Allen, the defensive player. But, yeah. I think that really helps my case out with that one. So the next matchup is the Raiders versus the Chargers. Really interesting. Jack, what is your thoughts?
I have to take the Raiders here. Screw the Chargers. They can't stop blowing leads for no reason, man. And plus the Raiders, they are the king of inconsistency. But when you get to the legendary awfulness that I see out of the Chargers blowing leads every week, the Raiders can do something about it. Overall, I think the Raiders had a good game plan last week. Knowing that it was going to be rainy in Cleveland, they were able to adjust and make sure that Josh Jacobs was going to get the ball, make it in the running game in Cleveland. Though I don't think they're like top 10 team in the league right now. They're no pushover at 5-3. So I'm going to have to take the Raiders here. They impressed last week beating a team, and personally, I'm not a fan of the Chargers. They keep blowing leads. I think the Chargers will keep it close, but I think at the end, the Chargers are going to Charger it. They're up there with the Falcons lately with their ridiculous choke jobs they pulled off. So give me the Raiders here. What are your thoughts, Josh?
I'm going to say the Chargers here because, well, one, I need to start choosing against you guys. And also because I feel like the Raiders' inconsistency can also work for the Chargers. Because what happens is Herbert, he can do some fourth quarter magic. So once it's a tied game, Chargers ball game all the way. So give me the Los Angeles Chargers here because they're going to get a win this week against Oakland. Zach, your thoughts?
I forgot that they played in LA. But I have to go with the Raiders. Raiders, I think they still got Josh Jacobs, which Josh Jacobs can solve a whole game. He's like a mini Saquon Barkley. And yeah, I really think the Raiders. Henry Ruggs is starting to flash some really good receiving stuff. God, he's starting to look like a number 2 to 3 option right now, but that's not good for a first round pick. But he's doing well. I think the Raiders, they are inconsistent, like Jack said, but I think they'll be good for this game. Okay. So the next matchup is the Dolphins with the Cardinals. I'll take this one. And I say the Cardinals And the reason why is because we beat the Seahawks, then we got a bye week. So we have planned, we already seen game film on Tua now. So the defense knows what to do against Tua. They've practiced what to do against Tua. And the offense is going to just keep being the offense and just keep scoring. So, yeah. Jack, what about you?
I gotta take the Cardinals here. After the win against the Seahawks, they've officially made my list of I like good teams after bye weeks list. Overall, though Tua won that game, there was a lot of defensive turmoil. They think it was a pick six from the Dolphins. There was 2 picks by Goff at least, and a kick return touchdown by the Dolphins. Not a lot of that action was Tua. He did get 1 touchdown, but overall, I don't think he's keeping up with that Cardinals offense. And I think the Cardinals defense will be able to do enough, and the Cardinals offense will take care of the rest. This is Kyler Murray we're dealing with, not Jared Goff. He won't do the stupid stuff that Jared Goff does, and he's a little smarter, and he's got better receivers in my opinion. So I gotta give it to the Cardinals here. What are your thoughts, Josh?
Okay, so my thoughts here is to come down to the wire with this game because of the Dolphins' defense will keep to win the game. But I feel like Murray is just the better quarterback compared to right now. Tua could be better than Murray in a couple of years, but right now, Murray is better than Tua.
Thank you.
And like I said, the Dolphins. Did you say? Well, I think you said.
What?
Okay.
I said
I thought
thank
you said F you.
Oh, I said thank you.
Oh, but the Dolphins defense will keep them in the game, but but the Cardinals will win due to their killer offense. Also, whatever I choose against the Cardinals, they always lose.
No, you don't. That's a
Yeah,
lie. You chose them.
I chose against them the first 2 weeks.
But then you chose them
And they won.
No, but then you chose them also this nope, not against them. You did choose them. No, you won a game with them. Yeah, you won the Cowboys game. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's the Cowboys game. Whoever I choose against them.
You just want my team to lose, even though your team sucks. Okay, Jack, did you already say your thoughts? All right, cool. We all chose Cardinals. But, okay, so the next team is the Steelers versus the Cowboys. This should be an obvious pick. I'm going to hand it off to, Jack. See what his thoughts are.
Steelers, all the way. They proved to me that they are the top 3 NFL team. And they beat the Ravens. They're beating people. They are undefeated. Not to mention, who's the Cowboys quarterback this week? Is it Ben DiNucci? Or is it... I think they were going to bring someone up for the practice squad to give it a chance. Oh, that's going to go well against the best defense in football. They're going to get hammered here. The Steelers are going to win big here. And I'm expecting not only their offense, but their defense to be clicking as well. What are your thoughts, Josh?
Steelers, they've already shown they can get it done against the Ravens. They can get it done against the Cowboys, who are in the NFC East, which is more abysmal than what they faced last week. So give me the Pittsburgh Steelers. Zach, your thoughts?
I'll go with Steelers also. I think the quarterback for this week is Jerry Jones. Yeah. I mean, he would be better than Ben DiNucci already, so. Yeah. Cowboys not looking too hot, huh? How about that, Cowboys fans? You like that? You still think that you guys can make? Well, you guys still can make playoffs even with that horrible record. I would be first in your division. How does that make you feel? I probably could be a quarterback better than Ben DiNucci probably, but I'm gonna stop here. But yeah, Steelers have a better defense. Steelers have a better offense. Steelers have a better special team. Steelers have better everything. So, yeah. Have fun, Cowboys, watching that game. Okay, so the next game is a rematch, Saints versus Buccaneers. Really, Brady played he played decent in the Giants game. And Saints, they played pretty well. Okay, Jack, what are your thoughts?
I have a feeling that a lot of people are going to hop back onto the Saints to win this game, but I'm going to stick with the Bucks this week. I think that I'm going to credit the Giants for playing a good football game more than the Bucks playing a bad one, even though they did get bailed out at the end. But overall, what's going on with Slant Master? I think Emmanuel Sanders also hurt. It concerns me. They're sneaking out against teams like the Bears, and I have a feeling the Bucks have a better defense than the Bears as of right now. Overall, I think the Bucks are still the better team right now. Plus, we get not we. I'm not a Bucks fan. Chris Godwin gets to come back, and not to mention, he has returned. The legend has returned from suspension. Antonio Brown's gonna make his debut next week. It's gonna be explosive. Business is booming once again. Give me the Bucks here. What are your thoughts, Zach?
I have to go with the Buccaneers since Antonio Brown is back from wherever he's been. He's been in a lot of places. Chris Godwin's back. I think Mike Evans is still playing, right?
Yeah, he's in.
All right, cool. And Gronk he's Gronk, but is OJ Howard still there? It doesn't really matter.
No, but I think Gronk has taken the role.
Yeah, Gronk will be just fine there. He has so many weapons that he can choose. The defense looks it looks better than my defense and if all of our defenses combined together. Right, guys? Yeah. So I have to go with Buccaneers too. I mean, I think they're also hitting their stride now. So, Josh, what about you?
Give me the Saints here. Here's the thing. If the Bears didn't get that dumb call of he wasn't having forward progress, so it wasn't a fumble, the Saints would have beat the Bears soundly in the fourth quarter. But that call happened. Nick Foles activated, and it was a close game because of Foles. Now, the Buccaneers, from what I saw, almost lost to the Giants. If Daniel Jones didn't have those 2 turnovers, the Giants would have beat the Bucks. So just by strength of the teams that they were playing, both of them, I'm going to have to go with the Saints here because they looked better against a better team than what Brady looked like with all of his weapons that, I'm sorry to say, that you guys keep mentioning against the Giants. So give me
We
the
didn't
Saints
have
here.
Godwin and AB. Godwin and AB are back. He only had Evans and what?
Saints.
Okay. I'm just explaining to you that Godwin's back and they just got Antonio Brown. So, yeah. Okay, well, the last game of this week will be going to Jack, and he knows what it is.
No more Jets. Patriots. Give me the Patriots here. We're coming up on the year anniversary of the legendary ghost comments made by Sam Darnold. What else do I have to say about the Jets? They're going to be the worst team in history. They're not going to win a game. They haven't fired Adam Gase for whatever reason.
They're waiting.
They're waiting for Trevor to hopefully come save the day. So, Jets are miserable right now. We have 2 promising pieces on the entire roster. Sam Darnold doesn't know how to hit wide open receivers in stride. He doesn't know how to slide either. Yeah, those are 2 important skills you need as a franchise QB. Adam Gase put him back in with a shoulder injury, so we're probably going to get back Mr. Joe Flacco, who could not move the ball. Frank Gore is your leading rusher, and he's getting about 2 yards per carry and 14 rushes for 44 yards as his stat line most of the time. And the Jets continue their fire sale on defense, and then we have getting destroyed by the Chiefs, and then them dancing on the Jets. That one was fun to watch. And then there's so many fun blunders I could mention about the Jets. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a fan of New England this year. Huh?
Small Adams is not there.
Yep.
The
CJ
only-
Mosley. The whole gang is gone.
Robbie
Patriots.
Anderson.
Yep. Him too. Leading the league in
No
receiving yards.
line. We could keep going forever.
We can't spend the entire video talking about the Jets' flaws, so I'm going to go with a bit of the Patriots. Though they didn't look great, Cam doesn't fumble the ball, they win the game. And I promise you, Jets don't believe in thumb fumbles or anything related to playing a football team. So New England, they're going to get their rebound. Patriots fans are probably going to dance into the streets and celebrate with fireworks, call themselves revived officially. But you beat the Jets. Patriots aren't good, but I'm taking them here. What are your thoughts, Zach?
If the Texans can beat the Jets, which they probably will, if they ever face them, they probably will, then I think the Patriots can beat the Jets. Because the Patriots, they're bad, but the Jets, they're even worse. I mean, Jack's already mentioned all of it. I think if you watch week 2, I think he goes on like a whole rant about his team. So go watch that after this video is over. But yeah, I have to go with Patriots. Patriots are not hitting their stride with Cam Newton. They really hit that like week 1 area. It's weird that we're on week 9, but it's all right. But yeah, it's the obvious pick. Josh, what about you?
Okay. Finally, I get to go. So, let's explain it here. Yes, I'm doing this standing up. Okay. So, I feel like the Jets could actually win this game. Believe it or not, a very big hot take. If the
Dang it.
if the whistles blow right, then the Jets will win. But I see the Patriots winning more likely. So I would say give me the New England Patriots here. Because with Super Cam, who's not Super Cam anymore, he's just regular old Cam Newton. He's okay. He's an okay quarterback. You know, maybe can do well here and there. So I'd say Patriots are not making any kind of playoffs this year, but they will beat the Jets on Monday Night Football. But it will be close.
All right. Well, that's all of our picks, I think. Yeah, that's all the games for this week. I can't believe we're on week 9. All right, guys.
It's going by faster than I thought, thank God. Hopefully it goes faster.
Hey, you'll be excited during playoffs watching the only team from us, the Arizona Cardinals.
The Jets hit their
Win the
stride in
frickin'
April.
Super Bowl.
We could have a win streak.
Nope, you're not even close, Josh. You only have 1 win. You're about to get a second win, but that's it. That's all of your wins. All right, buddy.
Jets can't even get a winning record at this point.
Yeah, I'm probably going to be the only one. Combine you two with your wins, and I have more wins than both of you. All right. Well, that does it for our video today. I hope that you liked it. If you did, hit like. If you didn't, hit dislike. Okay. But if you like our content, subscribe. Hit that notification bell. I don't have a Coke can with me today, so I can't hit thing. Oh, you do. You do it, Josh. Hit it.
Just like Zach was saying, just with some more pizzazz, like I always do on this show. If you liked what you saw here, don't forget to punch the like button, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to bam! Hit that notification bell if you want to see stuff like this in your sub box every single week. You always get to see our faces. You always get to see our hot takes, our cold takes, and our warm takes. And that's all you got from me.
All right, Jack. You.
Don't forget to follow the socials at Twitter and Instagram. Don't forget that for your Instagram, normally there'll be polls, so maybe we can get the Jets to win an Instagram poll, because we know they're not going to win an actual game this year. And that's all we have for today. We'll see you next week, same time, same place, for more amazing predictions, hot takes, etc. See you guys there.